children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and studying well. So I welcome you all to the science class. I'm your teacher Priyanka Raj Bhandari with a new topic today. So hope you all are excited to learn a new chapter. So children, today the day is Saturday and the date is 4th of December 2021. So before starting the chapter, let us see the thought for the day. Earth is our mother. In spite of our desire to harm our mother, she will always love us forever. So earth is our mother, children, because we get everything from the earth. So in spite we harm our mother, she will always love us and she will always care for us. So children, let us see what we are going to do in today's class. We will start a new chapter, as I've already told, chapter 11, air, water and weather. So children, we are surrounded by these three things: air, water and weather, and these are the basic needs for living beings. We can't live without air and water and proper weather. You know this very well. So first, let us read what is air. Air is all around us, although we cannot see it, but drying of wet clothes or fallen leaves moving on the ground or the kite flying high in the sky make us feel the presence of air around us. The moving air is called wind. So children, you know that we can't see air, but we can feel air. Yes, we cannot see it, but we know that our clothes dries up if we keep it outside, fallen leaves and the moving kite. This all denotes the presence of air in our surrounding. So the moving air is called wind. So if the air is moving with more speed, it is known as wind. Air contains gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. In the morning, plants take in carbon dioxide and releases oxygen into the air. We take in oxygen released by plants and give out carbon dioxide into the air. The carbon dioxide released by animal is used by plants to prepare their food. So you know that there are many gases present in the air, and two most important gases are oxygen and carbon dioxide. In the morning, plants they take in carbon dioxide, okay, for photosynthesis, and they release oxygen into the air. So we take the same oxygen and that is released by the plants, and we give out carbon dioxide that is again used by the plants. You can see in the picture also. Yes, plants gives out oxygen and the same oxygen is taken by animals to breathe. Again we give out carbon dioxide that is utilized by animal to create their own food, to make their own food with the process of photosynthesis. So children, air also contains water vapor, dust particles and germs in it. So there are many germs in air also. It contains dust particles also. Thus it is very important to wash our hands before eating. That is why we wash our hands before eating. Now children, next topic we will read is water. So we know that air contains water vapor in it. Yes, we know that air contains water vapor, and water is also present in our body also. Most of our body weight is due to water. So we drink ample amount of water and our body weight is mostly due to the water inside our body. So children, in nature, water is present in 3 states. Do you know that? Water is usually present in 3 states. You must have noticed it also. Ice, the solid state. So the first state, ice, which you keep in the refrigerator, yes, that is the solid state of water. Water, the liquid state. Water itself, it is in liquid state because it flows. Yes, we can keep it in different vessels. It takes the shape of the vessel And water vapor, it is in the gaseous state. You can see the picture also, liquid, solid and gaseous state water vapor. When we boil water, we can see the vapor coming out. So that is the gaseous state of water. We can see and feel the water. The most common state of water is the liquid water, which is present in rivers, lakes, seas and oceans. So children, we can see also and we can feel water. So the most common state of water is liquid state. You know it very well, and it is present in rivers, lakes, seas and oceans. Now states of water again, let us see. Water can be present in three different forms: solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. It does not flow like a liquid. If we talk about solid state, it does not flow like a liquid. Liquid state, it takes the shape of the container in which it is kept. I have already told you. And the gaseous state of water can move freely in the air and cannot be kept in an open container. So for the gaseous state of water, you have to get airtight container so that it may not escape outside. So it is lighter than water and thus ice floats on liquids. So ice, that is solid state of water, is usually lighter than the liquid state of water. That is why it floats on liquid. It flows and can be poured from one container to another. Liquid state of water can be poured from one container to another. And gaseous state can easily flow everywhere. So the gaseous state of water, it can easily flow everywhere. Now solid state has a fixed shape and fixed volume. Ice usually has fixed shape and it has fixed volume. There is no fixed volume and no fixed shape of liquid state of water or the gaseous state of water. So these are the difference between solid state, liquid state and gaseous state of water. Now interchanging state of water, there is activity 2, children. We know that water can be interchanged. You have seen it very well. So the activity 2 you will perform at your home. You read it very well. Yes, you can take 4 ice cubes or more than 4 ice cubes and you can keep it outside the freezer. After few hours, we will not find ice cube on the plate but only water. That means the solid state of water is changing into the liquid state. Now you take 2 plates and pour this water in equal amount in both the plate. Place one plate in the freezer for 4 hours while the other plate should be kept on the windowsill for few hours in the bright sunshine. Observe what happens, what you will see. You will see that the plate that is kept in the freezer will have ice in it and the second plate which is on the windowsill does not have water at all. That means the water has already turned into water vapor. So when ice is kept outside, it melts due to heat. Therefore, on heating, solid state of water changes it to liquid state. This is because of melting. So this activity, children, you will perform at your home. Hope you will enjoy the activity. So where do you observe the process of melting happening in our daily activities? So when we leave a plate with water in it outside the sunlight for few hours, there will be no water, as I have told already, as we have seen in the activity also. So this is due to the high heat of the sun, which changes the liquid water into water vapor. So the water changes into water vapor due to the heat of the sun. That gaseous state of water, that is water vapor, escapes into the air. So the process in which water changes to its gaseous form on heating is called evaporation. So evaporation is the process, children, in which the liquid water changes to its gaseous form. So hope evaporation is clear to you all. Next, on the other hand, when a plate of water is kept in the freezer, the water turns into ice after some time. When liquid water gets cool, it changes into solid ice. This is called freezing, where liquid water changes to solid form on cooling. So we have already seen that when we keep the same water which has been melted down, that water into refrigerator, it will turn into the ice. Yes, because water changes into solid state when it is being cooled. So this process where the water changes into solid while cooling is known as freezing. So hope evaporation and freezing is clear to you all. Now there is another process, children, called condensation. This process changes water vapor back to liquid water droplets on cooling. So there's a process that water vapor again changes into liquid water. That means gaseous state of water can be changed into liquid state on cooling. You have seen this yourself, you have done this also. If we blow a hot air on the mirror, we see a small water droplets formed on the mirror. It is because when hot air blown by us touches the mirror, it becomes cool. Thus on cooling, the water vapor changes into water droplets due to condensation. So this process, when we blow out hot air in the mirror, and after some time if you see, the hot air turns into small droplets, okay, because it is touching the cool mirror. So these changes of water vapor into water droplets is known as condensation. So hope this is clear to you all. Now you can see the picture, children. First is ice, that is the solid state of water. On melting, it becomes liquid state of water. On evaporation, it turns into steam, that is water vapor. Again the same steam, water vapor. On condensation, it changes into the liquid state, and the liquid state on freezing changes into the solid ice. So this is the process, these are the process and the steps where water can change its form into 3 states of water. So hope it is clear to you all, children. Now the next, children, we will learn that the water cycle. Okay, so you can see in the image also, you can guess what happens in the water cycle from the image itself. So in nature, water changes from one state to another, that we have already seen. In the sun's heat, water gets evaporated from the rivers, streams and sea and as water vapor. So this water, it gets evaporates as water vapor from different places on the earth, okay, where there are water, rivers, streams, seas. So these water vapor then rise high in the sky where they get cool. So these water vapor, they rise up in the sky. You can see in the picture also, it is rising up in the sky, where it is, as it goes up, it starts cooling. On cooling, what happens? Let's see. On cooling, the water vapor condenses to form tiny water droplets. So on cooling, water vapor condensation occurs and water vapor changes into tiny water droplets. These tiny water droplets join together to form clouds in the sky. Now these tiny water droplets, they come close to each other and they become very heavy. Yes, when the clouds become filled with water, they become very heavy, and the same water will fall on the ground as rain, hail, depending on the weather condition of the place. So in this way, water cycle takes place, children. Let us see again what is water cycle. Therefore, water flows from the earth to the sky and then back to the earth. This movement of water is called water cycle. You can see in the picture also, water flows from the earth in the form of water vapor. Yes, it goes up, it condenses and it becomes water droplets. The water droplets, they come close to each other and they form clouds, and when it becomes heavy, again it comes back to the earth as the rain. So this is the water cycle. So children, hope whatever we have done today is clear to you all. Yes, hope you all have enjoyed about air, water. Yes, in the next class we will learn about weather. So the fun fact about water is 80% of our brain tissue is made of water. The tissue which is present in our brain, it contains 80% of water. Water helps to produce saliva also, and a healthy person can drink about 48 glasses of water per day. So this is a fun fact, children. So children, I will see you all in the next class with the same chapter with different topic. Okay children, so till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you everyone.